most importantly, she's an entrepreneur. What's up, Reba?
Hey.
What's up, Reba?
What's up, Reba? Oh, welcome.
What's good?
Yeah, so I mean, I teach pleasure positive sex education, right? So that's why I started teaching the workshops, right? The number one thing that people who love men want to know is like how to suck a penis, right? What a clitoris is, right? They typically are like, well, what's the best way to make my person orgasm faster or orgasm at all? Because, I mean, look, I show the clitoris to a room full of women and they don't even know what it is. So a lot of women don't know what it is either. Guys, do you want to see a clitoris? Can I show you a clitoris?
Yeah. Are we going to get kicked off YouTube?
Right. Are we
about to bring back a pussy?
I'm not. See, that's the thing. So what you guys normally see on the outside is the vulva, right? But this is the clitoris.
It look like a Disney cartoon.
So when you're looking at the vulva, all you see is just the little nub on the outside. Just that little, you know, you lift up the lips on the inside, you see that little nub. But this is what's behind all of that. And this is the key to all pleasure. External orgasms, internal orgasms, the G-spot is just the back part of this.
Gotcha.
Right? So a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people So 70% of people with clitorises need external stimulation to reach orgasm. That means you got to do a little rubbing on the outside, even if you've got some penetration going on, for them to reach orgasm. Then you've got the remaining 30% of people with clitorises who can reach orgasm from penetration. It really just depends on where the most sensitivity is for
squirt, right? When a female squirts, like, what is that? Is that her being overstimulated? Like, is that piss? Like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like because there's like a lot of people who have different views on like what that is. So
it should be warm.
So please break that down to me. Like, what is happening in the female vagina at that point in time for to go ape shit like that?
So you asked me if it was pee. When a woman squirts, is it pee? No, it's not pee. It's not. But it does. So the only studies that have been done about squirting are to determine if it's pee or not. And what they found out is that there are enzymes in it that prove that parts of it come from the bladder, but we don't know, like, it's not, if you put pee and this compound on a microscope together, they're not identical compounds. They're not the same urethra, but there are little glands on the outer part of, like, right underneath the urethra, called the Skene's glands. And that's what produces, or at least that's what educators believe.
It's called what? It's called what?
The
Gland?
Skene's glands.
Is that what it gets ski from?
I don't know. What you see in porn is really performative, right? It's a performance, right? So these people have trained their bodies to do these things that don't typically do, bodies don't always do. Now, there are some, when I was in college, I used to tell guys that I was sleeping with that I squirted because it gets y'all to try harder.
Oh, okay. Mind trick.
So
Jedi
like,
trick. How much do you think, like, if somebody's like, roughing up their main suspect, right? How many, like, what's like an unhealthy amount?
That's a good question.
If it's getting in the way of your ability to do normal things, like get your fucking work done and like, do the responsibilities that adults are required to do, then that's a problem. But I mean, I can't really say like a number of times per day that you should be like, that you should or shouldn't be masturbating. Like, it's up to you, like whatever's normal for you. Some people have really high sex drives, and in order not to cheat on their person, they masturbate often, and that's okay, and it's also y'all's penises don't really have, like, there's only so much orgasms that you can like have, unless you're having prostate orgasms, which I can talk to y'all about, but I don't know if y'all are ready.
Nah, we good on that. I do have another masturbation question. Like, ruin her sensitivity with like some of these like ultra powered 10,000 vibrator shit like that. If you just like, if you at home and you got a 3-day weekend, you just going at it, boom boom, like, can you like throw your sensitivity off? If you're doing
if
it
I
like
was
nonstop.
supposed, mine would be thong. Okay. On average, from masturbation, it takes men 6 minutes to reach orgasm. 6. Tell me if I'm lying or not. On average, right? So that's between 5 and 10 minutes. That's 6 minutes.
Nope.
So, right, masturbate. It is very healthy to masturbate, but like your goal doesn't have to be orgasm. You don't have to get to the finish line every time, right? Because when you can masturbate and get some pleasure out of it and feel good, and then stop, then the next time you do that, the resulting orgasm is going to be really good for you. And if you're doing that with a partner, then it feels really good, and you might even last a little longer.
Yeah, I was watching this Asian dude on YouTube talking about like what he's like something about like shining the sword or something like that. You gotta like sharpening the sword. You gotta like get there and then let it go.
Don't do nothing. It actually makes you stronger. Believe it or not, it makes you stronger.
Oh yeah, put it in me, and you don't even know that you have to put a little on the outside too, right? So know your pleasure so you can communicate that to your partner, and stop faking orgasms for these men. Okay, like for what? Why are you lying? Don't lie. Because you're not getting anything out of that, right? And like, so for the men, it's like pay attention. Okay, because we will please you. We will do what we need to please you. So much of our worth is caught up in the way our pussy makes you feel. So, like, pay attention. If you really care about our pleasure, put our pleasure first.
And then, like, with your diet and the tasting of orgasms, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know the pineapple juice theory and all that good stuff. So I just wanted to also want you to expound on that if you can.
Now, taste. Plant-based people taste best on some real shit. Like they taste best.
Plant-based? You said plant-based?
Plant-based people taste best. And I'm not a plant-based person, but I do know from firsthand experience, whether you're male or female, plant-based people, their sweat tastes better, their bodily fluids taste better, their semen, their vaginal fluids, they just taste it tastes better, right? Because whatever, horny goat weed, sea moss, whatever, to like turn your limp shrimp to like hardwood, then like no, this is not
right.
Like, you know, we have to address the root of the problem, which is often like underlying like chronic disease. Like for a lot, like we're all black people. Like let's talk about like, heart disease, and this
hypertension,
is hypertension, diabetes. All of these things lead to erectile dysfunction, and this is why men go get Viagra and Cialis, and then go gas station pills, and it exacerbates that underlying condition, and they end up having heart attacks or, God forbid, dead. And they because their dick stopped working, and instead of going to the doctor, they went to the gas station.
Right.
You cannot expect your partner to be a mind reader, and if neither one of you is being intentional about pleasure, then you're going to find yourself stuck in a like pleasure loop, like a rut, like just kind of, what do they call it? Like bed death. That's right. You're the thing that like really massages their brain, which is their biggest sexual organ, right? The biggest sexual organ in anybody's body is the brain. So on your partner, right? Because if your partner has a high libido, then it's gonna be a lot more than a person who doesn't have a high libido. But your partner also could have a high libido, and the stress is just eating at that shit. So you never know. Like, so here's what I say, right? This is what I told my husband the first 3 years of marriage. I was like, look, if you want to have sex, wash the fucking dishes, okay?
Ooh, we talked about that last week.
Yeah, we were.
I was on your link tree, right? And you got this sex and cannabis. So like, can you detail that? Like, y'all know I love me some cannabis. I am a cannabis advocate, and so but yeah, no, cannabis can be used for sexual activity for a lot of reasons, right? It can be used topically, like in lubes and in arousal oils. It can be used
I saw that in oils.
Like CBD or THC or both.
Both. And I'm a
shit. I need to make some of that.
THC.
Yeah, no, I'm a whole plant advocate. I think that the whole plant should be used. And I know like
and even going back to when you were talking about having sex and not essentially ejaculating, doing it for pleasure and stuff, but sometimes, you know, I don't want to give out the nut. So, you know, just, I mean, not like that. I'm talking about it being responsible.
Yeah, that's what you meant, nigga.
Yeah.
Especially like if you know that you have good sex, right? You know that you're getting a person to orgasm every time, and like you know what a clitoris is, you know how bodies work, so you know that like your partners are getting pleasure. Then yeah, it's the same thing. Like it's like, oh, I know I have good dick, and like people go crazy off of good dick, so I'm not about to put it in everybody. That's a very responsible approach, right? And so it's come to my attention recently that there is a difference between ejaculating and orgasming for men.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's sometimes like when you like backed up or really concentrate on the nut, it feels a whole lot different.
Yeah.
You guys, can you say more about that? I mean, I know
if you like kind of like hold back, like if you like, I don't know, if like
one is more intimate though.
Yeah. Sometimes
one is definitely more intimate.
Sometimes you just trying to like get it off, and then there's other times when you kind of like reserve it and you build up to that point and you kind of hold back a little bit. You sharpen the sword and all that shit.
And then you let go.
Right, you can bust a nut and not orgasm, but then you can't. It is possible to orgasm and not have anything come out. No, it is.
I haven't reached that point yet.
You might not know that because no one's been touching your prostate. But we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They touched mine.
Yeah, we can skip that one.
Mine ain't touched.
Lips that touch swine would never touch mine.
Okay, so you guys can eat groceries, but we can't.
Oh no, you can eat the groceries. I just don't sell that at this store.
Factor fishing, Hennessy makes increases your stamina.
Fiction.
All right, and then the factor of fiction after a woman has a baby. Sorry, it's more slippery down there.
Depends. Actually, fiction for most people is actually less slippery.
What about Wild baby?
While pregnant.
You said Wild baby.
Fact. So all the hormones and everything that happen while a person is pregnant makes their vagina super wet all the time. Speaking from experience in both ways, but pregnant pussy is the best pussy ever.
Damn. you heard it from her.
Let's go again. So
a round of applause for Reba.
Hey Reba, appreciate it, yo.
Make sure you plug those workshops that you were talking about too.
Yes. So
look at Reba right there.
That's me. That's
what is that maneuver called?
For your prostate.
That is no, the prostate isn't on there, but you can get there from. Okay. Anyway, so I'm on all social channels at Reba the Diva, and you can find all the information about our workshops and tickets and all of that at sexpertconsultants.com, or you can just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll send you the link because people are lazy. But thank you guys for having me.